Good evening, everyone. I'd like to initiate this conversational video with honest confession that right now I have butterflies in my stomach owing to this guy who has transformed himself radically over the years. And that's what you are going to witness through this video. When he came to me in Confident Wings for the first time, in the first place, he was so much scared, and bit by bit, he was able to get rid of his nervousness and transformed himself being a very proficient speaker. So, let me introduce this guy with you, and he is none other than Mit Mondal. So, Mit, welcome to this talk show.
Thank you, sir. Good evening.
And uh, Mit, I'm telling you that it may happen that when you started this process, you used to stammer,
Obviously,
but that was your problem. Means health issue like that. But right now, if I stammer, it's only because of not having the surefire confidence to face you right now, in spite of being your mentor. So, first of all, Meet, you say that when you actually initiated the process, this transformative journey to be a good speaker, how it all started.
first of all, I would like to thank you, as you have always helped me, and you are always there for me when I was facing any difficulties, and you are the perfect mentor for me when I was in the journey. And the person who I am now is obviously it's because of your hard work and your dedication and love towards your work. Because I believe that I still am a beginner, and still I have much more things to learn from you. And I, first of all, uh, the day when I actually decided to come to the Confident Wings, it was because one of my friends who told me during the lockdown that, hey, you are sitting around your home, so why don't you join spoken English class? You are pretty good in English, so you should actually try speaking English once in a while. I was like, okay, I am going to go with you. That time, when I was at the spoken English class at the Confident Week Center, then I was first scared. I was scared at first, but because everyone was speaking so fluently, and I was feeling inferior, like everyone, because I know that whenever everyone tries something out for the first time, he or she may be scared, or they feel butterflies in their stomach, as I have said earlier. But I have the I always had the feeling that I can do something for myself, and I should do something for myself as a person, because I have always felt that our character is like an ornament, and things like speaking in English is like a gemstone which should be in the ornament for almost everyone, because who would not want to decorate their character as the best ornament there is. And obviously, whenever I saw Sir spoke and how he touched everyone's hearts with his speaking, I was really mesmerized, and I thought that if Sir can speak this fluently, I can as well. But I think one incident that actually lit the fire inside me, and after which I was never the same again. And that happened when one day Sir invited everyone to his house and told everyone different topics to speak on, and I was given the topic home. And in the topic, I stammered really bad. And everyone was thinking that yes, he might be good in English academically, but he cannot speak English well. That time, Sir told me that you should be able to speak in English because you are okay in conversations. You can give yourself introduction well. Why do not you give similar performances when you are given a certain topic? So that time I took that to my heart. The ego inside of me, it actually told me that this day will never come again. You will not stammer one single bit. So after that, I practice and practice, and I started using the books which are written in English, and I started watching movies which were which actually were broadcasted in English, and that actually helped me understand more words and phrases to which I can use as well. And one thing that was a game changer, that I started thinking in English, because I have seen that many people, they think in Bengali first and then they translate it in English in their mind and then they speak it. So I started thinking in English so that I do not need to translate it anymore. And and obviously it was sir who has mentored me and coached me for all these years, and because of this I am able to speak English in such a way that I might say that I speak well, but I still consider myself a beginner in front of sir, because I will always be a student mentally.
Yeah, another thing that I would like to know from you, that it's not necessary for everyone to be so proficient, being able to use the vocabulary in a very standard way. So the ones who are now greenhorns, like they're actually in a stage wherein they're still have skepticism in their mind, whether they should start, whether it is a cup of tea for them or not. So how would they begin actually?
First of all, I think that everyone has their own way and everyone should adapt to their own path which they find fit. And the first ones who are actually beginner, I think they should first start consuming the media which are broadcasted in English first, so that so that they can understand the uses of the words and the vocabulary in the sentences better. And so that there are many sentences like how are you doing or where are you going, and these things they are like used in everyday life, and the uses of those sentences or usability, those becomes proficient in their tongues, so that they do not need to stammer in those type of sentences, making their overall speech more fluent and all. And secondly, they should obviously have three qualities: patience, perseverance, and dedication. Those of which we all know, because they have always been the game changer for everyone else, everyone. And they those who do not have the patience, perseverance, and dedication towards their work, they cannot achieve anything, and that's the thing that we all know. And the thing that if they do not have patience and they do not want to wait long for the good results, because sometimes I have seen people, when they hear someone speak better than them, that time they think that he or she speaks so much better than me, so I cannot speak so much better than him or her, so I should not even try. So they quit the match before it's even begun. So that time I believe that they should actually come out of their shell and give it a try, because they have nothing to lose. Because in confident doings, I have always faced the uh, aside from that, the students and everyone, they have always been supportive, because whenever I stammered, no one actually laughed at me, or no one actually called no one actually laughed at me, or no one actually called me bad names. So that time I believe that the situation actually helped. The situation was helpful for me to grow. Okay, so that thing, that everyone has to remember that they have nothing to lose, and when they have nothing to lose, then there is no harm in trying as well. As I have said that I know I stammered a bit earlier, because and I I will still continue, because I want to convey my thoughts to you guys, and that's the key. Because whenever you are speaking English, you should not worry about proficiency. You should first worry about conveying your thoughts to other people, and if you are successful in doing so, then you are a great speaker.
Fantastic. Now you can clearly observe the way he's speaking. Like he has the confidence, the required confidence to go ahead and keep speaking, just going on. He's going on, going on, going on, going on, going on. So that you can think that it is something that cannot be achieved, but he has already told you that how we can go ahead step by step and hone this style. So another thing that I would like to know from you, Meet, uh, that yeah, it can happen that I am feeling just excited, or means I am feeling motivated all of a sudden that I have to speak English, I have to try my best. But the real setback starts when mm, you continue for a long time, because motivation does not work all the time. So that time, in those moments when motivation is nowhere, how one can go ahead and get propelled?
Obviously, the answer to the question is discipline, because we all know that motivation does not work for a long time. Because at first, whenever we are motivated, we are excited about starting something, we think that we can take on the whole world, but the reality is quite different from that. The motivation, actually, it works like a graph. If we actually imagine that motivation goes from here to here, and then it stagnates to down below the earth. Okay, but the discipline, it always stays constant. So we should know that how motivation works, because motivation is there for a short period of time, and we should use the motivation to build discipline, and we should keep ourselves stick to the routine, and we should stick to the path, because that whenever we work ourselves and we allow us to work for the craft, we work for ourselves, and and we allow ourselves to give it enough time, then we become a master in the particular craft, let it be sports, academics, or any type of hobbies as well, such as drawing, singing, dancing, anything. And obviously, first and foremost, we should always keep in mind that our craft is like, as I have said earlier, is a gemstone in our character, and we should always accept it, because as I have said earlier, and as Sarah said earlier, that uh, stammering is a part, it's a part of a journey. When we want to speak in English fluently, we must stammer, because if we do not stammer, we will not understand that what our flaws are. And stammering is such a way that we can actually understand that our faults are like this, and we can work on it actively. So previously I have stammered, and if we are disciplined enough, then we can help ourselves when we are in a sticky situation. Suppose suppose I am disciplined in drawing, okay, and for 3 years I have been drawing for 2 hours every day, okay, and for any type of calamities I am not able to draw for three days, okay, and if I am not disciplined in my craft, then after 3 days I will lose my motivation. I will lose the spark within me, and eventually I will just quit drawing as a hobby. So there is no good, okay. But if I am disciplined enough, and if I know that this is my thing and I can do it, which obviously comes when we are putting in the work and we are putting in the effort, and we are constantly getting good results from it, and it's already motivating us from within, and it is keeping us alive, keeping the passion in us alive. Obviously, then we will also want to invest more time and more effort into it, and all of this will contribute to a better result in future. So that's what I believe.
Fantastic. So this is a kind of testament that anybody who actually intends to transform himself or herself, he or she can obviously do this by constant practice. And he is a great example of that. And today I am over the moon to be outrun by this boy, Mit. So Meet is my pride also, the way he speaks English. So thank you so much for being with us. I think this video is going to be very much productive for all who are watching this video. And I request you all to stick to us so that we all can improve with the progress of time. It's just a matter of practice, and the scenario gets transformed, and you will be able to see yourself being completely changed, a different person, being able to speak English persuasively, effectively, and you will have a great personality as well through your practice. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you.